Like the guy said, what's the best bulk food? Okay, you missed the question.
You're fasting twice a week, you're going to lose all your muscle.
Clark said earlier, he goes, Mike, you were fat. And going back to Kai Green saying, don't bring genetics into this. It's work ethic. The first thing I would do is this. Realize that you got to be on a plan. So that's why like the 30-day blitz or a weightlifting plan. The point there is this. It's a mindset that they know they can get there compared to earlier in this conversation. Somebody says, hey, naturally, can I put on muscle and I'm average? You're already mentally weak. You lost. And going back to Kai Green saying, don't bring genetics into this. It's work ethic. And it's like what you said. If we can set you up on a schedule and you can push through, you're golden. But that's selfish. You're taking time out of your day. You're narcissistic because you're trying to look good. Oh my gosh!
You want to know what's selfish? What's selfish? What's selfish is when you can't throw a football with your son or play hockey or any of that. Selfish is sitting on the couch and not getting up. So I dumped my training partner the other day because my son said, "Hey, I want to work out with you." That was it. My son, from football, never wanted to work out anymore because of football workouts, right?
Yeah. You gave me team because I just pictured my son Titan walking into the room. Dad, I want to train.
It's the greatest thing ever.
He's not even ask you. He's just going to expect it to be
just
there.
Just gonna go in and do it. So
Titan's going to do it.
Until he goes, you train too slow. I want to train with Uncle Clark and Todd.
I like Clark's metabolic
so here's the
mayhem
point.
Workouts.
It's not narcissistic to train. It's not narcissistic to eat right. We are doing it for health reasons, and also so we can have longevity. Longevity, I don't know where this got lost. Longevity is not long life. It's health and quality of life. So I just did cardio next to him, and it irritated me. Absolutely irritated me.
Todd is like, what
this
are you
guy
talking about?
Crushes cardio. But that's what you would want to be able to do, and that's quality of life. This guy can get up and he moves it. This morning I got a notification that the internet was getting logged into. Yeah, it was like 1:45.
That was after he did the dishes.
Yeah, after he did the dishes and cleaned up. But our point here is scoot in here. I want them to see that face. The point is, I want you guys to be able to do what we did, and I've talked about this. We've been able to enjoy life, and we've been able to tussle and weight train. And for me, my celebration with these guys was to go to the gym and train. That was my party.
That was fun.
Yeah, it was a 4:00 party at the gym training. And that's what we believe celebration is. And that way we can go and play and do everything else and throw the football with Titan. So I hope you guys understand this is not about the best abs. It's not about that. It's about quality of life.
Will you lose muscle when you fast?
Will you lose? Not if you set yourself up right in the day before. And here's the thing. Hypothetically, sure, you're missing that day. You're training that day. It's hard. You may lose some muscle. What happens when you reverse out of the diet? Every bit of muscle comes back. But you know what you do lose more than if you do lose muscle during a fast? More fat. Mm-hmm. You want to speed up that metabolism? You want to go? Dude, by week...
It's the number one thing for me.
Yeah. Listen, stop trying to be this tool bag that goes, I want to get ripped and build muscle. No. Do the one thing. Get rid of all the fat that's on your body. We will rebuild the body and put the muscle on there, but you look like shit, and you're trying to do all these things, and I wish the young Mike O'Hearn didn't try to do that so much. What could you tell your young self to get rid of the fat? You were a heavy kid, were you not?
Yeah, lumpy.
What would you go back and tell your young self?
Lumpy?
Yeah, that was his nickname.
Have to
Lumpy
get
Bumpy.
lose the fat first, dial in the diet. And then focus on the things, because everything that I thought was benefiting my body was totally doing basically the opposite. So understanding that.
What triggered it? What was the day that you go, oh, okay, I get it?
So for me, it was a couple different things, but getting sick with mono in the hospital, coming back out 40 pounds lighter, but having lost a lot of muscle as well, right? Not being able to play hockey and the different activities, but then that triggered something in my head. Said, hell no, I never want to go back to what I was. And then it was through education, learning. I even say way back, like following you and other people when I was younger, that really put me in a place of, understanding that, hey, you need to do this, right? And it's like you said, so it was torn down, not by choice originally from me, but from being sick. But I knew that
it was a blessing
in disguise,
wow.
right? And then building back upon those principles. And it wasn't, hey, like 1 week, 2 weeks, 1 month, half a year. It was that transition. If you look at then from over those 15 years to where I am today, that built up step upon step. Was there falling back pieces? But yes, there was. And I look at like fasting and the diet and the different styles of training, because me and you have a lot of different styles of training. I learned a lot from you, but as all like tools and resources in my quiver of arrows, right? So now I have all these different tools at different times. I know for fasting for me, when I go to get cut, that's the number one thing that I'll implement. And strategically, it's not just, hey, lose weight, but strategically along the point, because that does pull my body fat down. And I know it's that just a slight addition of that dialing down my carbs, which I don't need a lot of carbs, but it's that increase in protein, right? Timed with, so my cardio sessions for me to lose fat have to be, and you know that you hate me doing, hey, all this hit. So my mindset before was hit, and burning calories. No, if I slow it down to what you say, keep my heart rate below 140, but it's longer sessions, so 45 minutes to an hour. And then when I add that extra hour, it's like butter melting off, right? So that fast.
Your heart rate never goes
my heart
rate.
Yeah. Even when you're
like
doing
190
this,
right now.
we're 190 right now. So the point about fasting too is we set this up only for a period of time during a program training. Again, like Clark said earlier, he goes, Mike, you were fat. Okay, I set myself up doing off season, which I love because of the fact that if you set yourself up right, and I think Bryce Gaeta would be like the pinnacle of this.
Yeah.
Trains 3 days a week, so it's not a lot of training, but enough to build muscle. He eats a plethora of food. Again,
and he sticks to the basics. You guys do basics. Every time I come here, I see deadlift, squatting, deadlift,
how
squatting,
fast can he change his body?
That guy, look, you want to talk about a transformation, and this is a regular dude with a
average genetics, or
a high stress job, working all the time, and he shows up here and strong as hell too.
He is.
I mean, it's shocking to see, and I've watched it develop over the years. So I know this conversation's kind of going all over the place, but it all leads back to one thing: just being consistent, man.
Consistent, basic,
discipline,
mindset. Tell them what you said earlier today. Your 5 rules.
My guys know it. My guys right now could share my 5 lifestyle principles. They will start. So it's mindset, meals, movement, community, and supplementation in that order. Because, for years I would think, okay, meals number one. But if you don't have your mindset right, you Google the hell out of everything and know how to keto, know how to this and that. You gotta have your mindset right. Yeah.
Because
meals.
Process.
Yeah.
Trust the process. Well, no, I'm on a good diet, but I'm not going to trust it. Okay, back to mindset. Yeah. Supplementation. It's a supporter.
Yeah, you could have all of this if you're not disciplined to take it.
But it's also listen to one source, right? There's not everyone chases all these rabbits down the holes.
What's the trick? Oh, you didn't give me the trick.
There's no magic pill. There's no trick, right?
So I'm going to go to Mike. I'm going to go to Mona.
You just talked about, but that's what if you're following something. You're following the 30-day. Don't start questioning, right? Don't start going inside looking for other answers. Trust that process.
Mona was going to say something earlier. I want to hear what
I was going to say that he was mentally, when he was sick and he lost the weight and all that, and he found the nutrition system of it. Mentally, he got so involved that he created his own meal prep company.
Out of necessity, huge. That is giant.
He was like, that's it. I'm going to just have my own company of food and teach people how to eat.
The element of convenience, too.
Yeah.
So when my guys go to Icon Meals, what do they need? I don't even know what my code is. Is it CBX? Is it Clark?
No. It's iconmeals.com/Mike O'Hearn, and that's Clark's code.
That'll work too. Just support
bypass Heath Evans.
You don't know your code. Come on.
It was
Come here.
CBX, a Titan.
Push pull's great. That's how I started as a kid. Push pull is great. Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday. Get your push pulls in. But again, every program's great. You know,
all you gotta do
you're
is
doing
do
that for 12 weeks and then move on to the next program.
It all comes out in the wash.
Yep.
Boys and girls.
Hey guys, thanks for hanging out. Again, Todd Abrams, the owner of Icon Meals.
Support this man's business, please. Guys, if you need meal prep, go to iconmeals.com.
Yeah, and we'll do something over there for Icon if Todd wants us to make it a little bit more simple for you guys to kind of just put a box together. A bulk box and a cut box.
We have the lean box, yep.
They got a lean box already, so we'll do the bulk box for you kids to put on size and stuff. The first thing I would do is this: realize that you got to be on a plan. So that's why, like the 30-day blitz or a weightlifting plan is 12 weeks. Oh, yeah.
You see that?
He's usually scared of that.
It's a big deal.
That's a good thing.
I had to interrupt you.
Hand it here. So, I don't want anybody out there to try to cut for a year.
No.
Does that make sense? Yeah, you guys all go, I want to get in shape. I'm going to take this next year and diet in a deficit. I'm pretty motivated guy, and I'm pretty consistent. I could not stay on a plan for a year. So I don't know how you guys comprehend that that's it, unless you guys just think that that's how you do this kind of stuff. Would you agree?
Absolutely.
You're very disciplined. You've been doing this your whole life. You're very disciplined. We plan it out for 8 to 12 weeks is what we do on our plans.
Well, even with my comment about Mike being fat, that was part of the plan.
Yeah, that was the plan.
Yeah, that was part of the plan. So while there might not seem like there's a plan to someone who understands the end goal in mind, there is a process that collectively comes together as the overall plan. But what people do is they get caught in this thing, like I gotta, like Todd won't eat a carb. Mike forces carbs down. It's like feeding Titan. He's gonna hold Todd after this and feed him sweet potatoes out of the jar. Yeah.
But Clark's great point there. Get on a plan. You guys are doing great just being on here, listening to us talk about this stuff. But there's a lot of wrong questions. What would you say about, hey, what's the best, like the guy said, what's the best bulk food? Okay, you missed the question.
Keep it simple.
How do you put on size?
People get information fanatics, and it's like too much information can be a problem. Mm-hmm. Look, there's how many macronutrients are there, right? You got 3. That's it. So it's not really hard to figure out what you need to eat, especially when you have a plan. Mike's got his 30-day blitz. I've got my 6-week solution. Todd's got meals in a box. It's just like they show up there. So it really isn't hard. People overcomplicate it. They think about it too much. They split hairs. And like Todd was saying, stick with one source. If you do the 30-day blitz in 4 days in, don't go to somebody else and go, this ain't working, I don't believe. Especially if some Yahoo comes along and says, you shouldn't do cardio when you're fasting, and you really shouldn't weight train when you're fasting. And you're fasting twice a week, you're going to lose all your muscle. And then you panic, and then you go get somebody else. And then you'll never get in shape like that, ever. Or at least not to the ability that you could if you followed one plan. Like that corny statement, be like a postage stamp. Stick with one thing till you get there.
Oh, wow. Done. Go home, everybody. We're done for the show. Thanks for hanging out today, guys. We're going to go get our second workout in. It is the 30-day blitz. Last 4 days of this.
Hope you like that, boys.
Woo! Knowledge, guys.
I'll show you Mike's gym.
You just got tons of knowledge. Clark I've known since I was a 20-year-old pup. And again, both of those are the godfathers to my son Titan, and the reason I chose them is because of the consistency of who they are and their personalities is why I chose them. I knew that they would be able to be consistent with who they are in their lives. They're very and that's a big thing for me, just that consistency of who they are as individuals. There's not a lot of up and down emotional problems. They're very solid people, and it's the consistency of being healthy and wanting to have a strong, healthy lifestyle. So I think for me, that's what made it so simple for me to choose them as the godfathers to Titan. Also, it's just one of those things that I want them and what they do through their lives and reflect are going to be a good reflection onto Titan and who to follow. I don't know. I don't want to offend anybody, but instead of asking so many questions that you think may be the right questions, It's like for a stockbroker. I'm not going to go to a stockbroker and ask him and tell him what I think we should do. I don't know anything about the stocks, and I don't invest, and so I would really listen to the guy that's been successful and successful over a long period of time, and then I just keep my mouth shut and do those basic things. This is something that if you just get started, start out with a plan, start out being consistent and stuff like that, and just doing your homework, you're going to make some incredible gains. And again, my whole principle of this stuff is that you make gains that you get to keep. That's it. You get to keep everything. And I want you guys not just to be able to get in shape, but just to be, not just to get in shape, but just to be someone that's healthier. You're living a good life. You're enjoying yourself. So that is it. All right. You guys have a great day today. Thank you so much. And again, everybody, thank you for the incredible birthday wishes. We are still going. It's great to have a celebration today of workouts with my friends. And that's how I celebrate my workouts. My birthday, I'm sorry.